Oma awo bezara guru pema sidi woy. 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 Oma awo bezara guru pema sidi woy.
Sangye chedan zoge zonan la chancho bado dane gyab sonche dage zin so gebe son lola benje sangye do ba sho sangye chedan zoge zonan la chancho bado dane gyab sonche dage zin so gebe son Sangye chedan zoge zonan la chancho bado dane gyab sonche dage zin so gebe son Lola benje sangye do ba sho simje tamje dewa dan dewe gyu dan denpa gyu je simje tamje donga dan donga je gyu dan chawa simje tamje donga mebe dewa dan mi chawa gyu je simje tamje nyi re cha dan nyi dan trawe dan nyum la ne ba gyu je Okay, we are back in the library. It's warmer here, yeah? It's okay? So, I think this morning we touched a little bit on a lot of different topics. And I think it was a good session regarding motivation. Setting the right type of motivation in order to, proceed on this journey. So we touched a little bit on, I think, renunciation, the concept of renunciation, what it is and how we should approach it and what it's not, sort of like roughly. I think it gives us a basic understanding on the aspect of practicing on renunciation. When it comes to delusional views, our ability to cope with, not just cope, but our ability to correspond and work with the delusional views comes from understanding those delusional views, right? Unless you are able to understand a delusional view, you won't be able to cope or work with it. So I think it's the same concept when it comes to renunciation. We need to understand the core reason to why we need to renounce it and what to renounce. The only reason why we need to renounce samsara practically is because of suffering. If samsara didn't have suffering, then there would be no reason for us to renounce it, right? We'll enjoy samsara. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy samsara. That's what I think. A lot of people, they put themselves in a situation where they are actually not living at all. If you get what the concept is. Meaning they put too much into, in a short time they put too much, and they put so much that while they're putting the effort into renouncing, they're not enjoying the journey. If you don't learn to enjoy the journey is not worth it. right? And I think practice comes from learning to enjoy the journey, right? Coming to the second point, which is bodhicitta. when we are traveling on, like when you are traveling up here, I've had that experience before. Not enjoying the experience of the journey, but wanting to get up there very fast, very fast, very fast. Right? That's what a lot of people do. I need to get to Everest viewpoint. Take a helicopter, Everest viewpoint, take some pictures, back. And what's the point? Right? It's the striving, it's the working towards, it's the methods and the application that you put into it that makes it count in a lot of situations. So I think when it comes to practice, it's quite similar to that as well. If you want to practice compassion, you need to love doing it, really enjoy doing it. And that's when your practice becomes fruitful. If you are doing it because you are suffering and you don't want to suffer, and that's the only reason, and therefore you are trying to be compassionate, helping people here and there, but you are not enjoying it, that's not compassion. Is it? Yeah. No. When you are saying all mother sentient beings, you need to know that all mother sentient being includes yourself as well. A lot of people forget that. They think only others. It's good to think about only others, but like I said, if you are not enjoying the journey is not, what do we say? I don't think you will reach where you are supposed to reach. A lot of disappointment. And while you're on the journey, if you're not enjoying it, then there's a lot of disappointment. If there's a lot of disappointment, there's going to be a lot of obstacle. And if the journey is just going to be much longer. Right? Some people love climbing. 3-4 hours of climbing means nothing to them. They enjoy it. Some people hate climbing. 1 hour of climbing looks like 4 hours of climbing. Right? So your path to enlightenment, just because you are not enjoying it, you're extending your period of struggle. So therefore, that's why I think you need to learn to enjoy the path, the process, the effort you put into. And that's why this morning when we were talking about Rinpoche, one of the abilities of Rinpoche was he loved doing what he was doing. No problem. He didn't need sleep, he didn't need warm clothes, he didn't need any of those things because he loved doing it. He enjoyed doing it and nothing seemed to matter at all. It's like a mother looking after their own child. The child cries all night, poops, burps, all kinds of different things, but they're happily doing it. Because there's love in it, this genuine, sincere, unconditional love. So I think that's another secret to practice. You need to learn to love practicing. If you're pushing yourself, if you're putting yourself in a corner, telling yourself you must do it because for the sake of doing it, and I have this one, I have this condition, that condition, and you're forcing yourself into a cage where you are stuck, and you are doing it just because for the sake, thinking that you have to do in order to be liberated. Same point as this morning, like I said, I think there can be karmic imprints, yes. But development, no. Because the fastest development happens when your heart, is that the exact word? Heart. When you willingly, genuinely, sincerely, unconditionally, willingly practice. That's where the most fastest method and the most fruitful things come out. I'm sure you have a lot of people here have experienced this, study one thing. They work so hard, they put so much effort, so much money into studying something that has no interest or nothing. What has that got you? Where has that got you to? Then after studying and getting the degree, you end up doing something totally different from what you studied. Waste of energy, waste of time, waste of money. You put so much effort to study doctor, at the end I want to become an artist. That's the passion, right? The passion that what we say, that pulls you into what you love doing. And I think practice is exactly the same. You need to find what pulls you into practice. That's the important part. All the lamas are going to say this is important, that is important, this is important, this is important. There's 84,000 teachings, and within the 84,000 teachings, there's zillion different things that are very, very important. Try to hold all of those in your hands. Yeah, it takes time. But when you find something that, like I said, that scratches the surface inside your heart, and you hold on to that, like you're holding on to your dear life, it makes a huge difference. Right? So I think that comes down to the concept of compassion. Changsem is actually not compassion. It's like the Sempa is like the mindset, and Chang is to purify. Mindset to purify. Right? And that's why compassion is known as the wisdom. Ra thap ta sharap tongi to be sharap che ningje thap ningje chimboto method. Yeah, the method. And the reason why it's the method is because changwa. Yeah, to clarify. What is purify? Is it? Purify. The method to purify. Most of our delusional views come either because we are not compassionate to ourselves, or we are not compassionate to others. Two reasons. That's where the delusional views come from. You learn to be compassionate to yourself and to others. There's the method. Method, that's the method to get rid of delusional views. But then in order to develop that, you need to find something worth loving, right? Like I said, if there's a young able guy suffering, then we think, oh yeah, he can do it himself. Less compassion. Now if a small baby suffering, it's two different mindsets that we have, no? Because we think about the ability, whether the baby has the ability or not. Oh, the baby doesn't have the ability. This young guy, he can look after himself. He's, young and able and strong. Why should we? So the concept is different there, no? So in order to be able to understand the method, be able to understand the method, the main concept, again coming back to loving two things: learning to love yourself and learning to love others. And that love is not conditional love. It has to be unconditional love. Now, compassion and love, there's a huge difference. Well, we say we are on the bodhisattva path. Tekchengilam. Tekpachimbelam, not the bodhisattva path, not bodhisattva. Mayana path. Yeah, Mayana path. We say we are on the Mayana path. We do the Mayana practice. We are the Mayana that and the Mayana institute and the Mayana this and the Mayana that. Right? What is so Mayana about us? Really? Maha means great. What is so great about us? Yeah? Do you say you are a Mayana practitioner? Tell me, what's so great about you that makes you a Mayana practitioner? Without bodhicitta, the Mayana practice makes no sense without bodhicitta. The Maha, the great, that comes from the concept of the supreme emotion, bodhicitta. Then the second comes, what is bodhicitta? Oh, love all sentient beings. Every sentient being you need to show love. It's easy to say. Practical. Put it down on the table. Are you a Mahayana now? Changes, huh? Forget about others, even ourselves. You're living your life trying to please others, trying to impress others, trying to... What is so maha about that? So you dig a little bit deeper. We are not even close to being Mahayanas. Well, maybe some of you are. I'm not. Not even close. When you talk about the supreme emotion, the definition of Semgye is so long. Hey, it is. Yeah. Semgye is singing. Yeah, it's very long. Lot of aspects that need to be included in order to understand what bodhicitta really is. Then the method. Different methods to, what we say, to generate bodhicitta. Methods also not easy. But if you have the passion to do it, oh, so easy. Yeah, that's the difference. It's not easy, but just because you have the passion, changes like that. Becomes so easy. We are, well, I wouldn't say we, but me in my own case, not passionate enough. Not passionate enough. I talk a lot, I use a lot of words, I say a lot of things. But then when it comes to practical application, ignorance is bliss. Right? It's in core human nature. Like I said, from the root ignorance, everything comes. And we are so used to it. I'm so used to it. A lot of things I ignore. So when it comes to practical application, no, it's not that. Nothing Mahayana about it. Make sense? So bodhicitta, when it comes to bodhicitta, one of the supreme examples of bodhicitta and the application of bodhicitta, and not just the application but the joy to apply bodhicitta, and not just the joy but the effort, what's the methods of the 6 paramitas can be applied for bodhicitta. And when you are applying those, one of the supreme examples for us especially, inspired. There's inspiration there. So when it comes to practice, again, me especially, nowhere near. And like I said, is like an idol for me. A lot of people inspired to be like their idol. But from when I really think deep inside here, unable, it's very hard to reach that point with my kind of mindset. Yeah, so the tweaking of the mindset is necessary there. Very important. Now, like I said, the mind is clear, is like clear light. From the nature, from the core nature, is like clear light. And therefore we are in tune with how we experience things. Sometimes we get small sparks, not compassion, but small sparks of love, genuine, sincere, unconditional love. It happens momentary, very, very, very single momentary times in our life. But does it last? No. 2-3 seconds, maybe one day. Oh, I feel so bad. I feel so love, so much love. Tears come. Oh. Tomorrow, back to same. Gone. That love is gone. So it's not everlasting. No. It's momentary. It's like this, right? Momentary lasting. Now that's only for certain things. Like you see your small, your son's or daughter's small baby. Oh, so much love. Oh, so cute. Oh, so much. Or you find a small puppy on the side of the road. Oh, but not lasting. The boy grows up. One day the boy says some bad words to you and then gone like that. But that's long term. So our ability to develop that kind of genuine, sincere, unconditional validation of that supreme emotion. Think about it. Yeah. If you are able to develop that, not just to your near and dears, yeah, not just to your what do we say nowadays, the race, right? Race later or is it different race? Oh, black, white, yellow, this, that. World is going crazy. There's all sorts of what is the race separation? Discrimination. That's the word. Discrimination. All kinds of different discrimination. Why it's happening, you think? Because our inability to connect all of that, no? We are my, ours. When we are similar, oh yes, ours. There's a little bit of difference, theirs. So when we have that within our own race, think about how we think about animals or other beings. Sit down. When it comes to meditating, one day you sit down, you think, how compassionate are you? How much ability do you have to express that genuine, sincere, unconditional, supreme emotion, not just to your dear and near, but all mother sentient being, what is it? Including every being, right? Including every being. Your ability. Check inside. Inside, deep inside, check. For me, I can't find at all. Maybe you can find some bits. I can't find it all. But then go down, okay? Compassion, maybe not. Then go to love. Maybe it's these small sparks. Oh, my friend, my mother, my father, my brother, my this, my kin, my dad. Small sparks is there. My dog, my cat. But then it's all related to the idea of my. Yeah. Then you check your ability to express that kind of love towards others. See if it's there or not. Check it. Check deep inside. Is it there or not? Your enemy. As Gyabje Lama Thudin Soparimpu says, one of the most beautiful words. Your enemy is your greatest teacher. That's where it comes to the application. The greatest teacher. Why? Because it makes you, when you start soul searching, is there what? Soul searching, you find it. I'm missing it here, I'm missing it there. So bodhicitta not easy. Unless, what is the word? You are passionate about it. There you go. Unless you're passionate about it. When you are passionate about loving something, taking care of something, then even hitting, even something, no problem. The baby pees on you, no problem. The baby pukes on you, no problem. See? Why? Why you think there's no problem? Why isn't the eye hurting there? Imagine someone, not the baby, but someone grown up coming and puking on you. Oh, that guy is in big trouble, huh? So you see the difference. It's very, 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 very subtle. We don't recognize because we don't sit down and contemplate. The more you contemplate, the more you understand it, the deeper you understand it. Then at the end of the day, then after contemplating all of this and understanding, now ask yourself, are you a Maya now or not? Important, I think. Compassion works in a very, very different way, unlike any other emotion. Right? And that's why His Holiness calls it the supreme emotion, because of that. Compassion is limitless. It gives you so much power. It gives you so much ability. And the reason why it does that, I think, is because when you have that kind of emotion, which is genuine, sincere, and unconditional, which doesn't come with any other kind of emotion. Think about anger. Do you think there's genuine, sincere, unconditional anger? Or any kind of other emotion you look? No, these thingy definitions, right? These definitions are not applicable for any other emotion. Every other emotion is conditioned, or either conditional, not genuine, or not sincere. That's why it's supreme. And it gives, like I said, it gives you huge, immense strength. From the day you are born till the day you pass away, it gives you fuel. You don't need sleep. You don't need to eat. Cold doesn't bother you. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's very powerful, very, very. Unlike the people who say they flew and they did this and they did that and they saw dreams of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and all kinds of different things. Nothing there. When it comes to this kind of ability, there's nothing there. Make sense? Good. So now when it comes to practice, I think there's within the Shung is what? Scriptures. When it comes to the scriptures, there are a few methods that are explained. The 6 cause and condition. Menga is what? Instruction. Cause and conditional instruction of the 6 methods and the 6 causes and the condition. I'm trying to translate.
Yundue is a result.
Result. Okay, give the result. Result of the 6 methods. So that's one of the more well-known practices. I think we went through why mother is the example of a mother is. So I got someone once. Why mother? Why no father? There's one guy asked me. Not a woman, one guy asked me. Why everything mother? Why no father? Then we started talking about suffering and the suffering of birth. Then I asked, do you know the pain of the suffering of birth? You were thinking. Anyway, going back to the point, Masheba, knowing the kindness of your mother. Masheba, right? Knowing the kindness of your mother. Recognizing your mother. Yeah, recognizing your mother. Then Mashe Tinte is a young repaying. Remembering the kindness, then repaying, then yuangi chamba, internal internal care, right chamba, internal love, internal loving kindness, then yuangi chamba nyingje, then comes genuine kindness, then laksam, what is it? In altruism. I don't understand that. What is altruism? What does it mean?
Altruistic intention.
Yeah, what does altruistic mean?
Taking responsibility.
Altruistic. Exceptional, the kind of little bit of kind of uncommon altruism.
Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah. So that one, then semke. Then semke is development of the mind. Keba, born, right? There's a bodhicitta. There's that method. Then there's also Dakshinyamje, exchanging oneself with others. That one, I think, in the Western culture is well known actually. The application is not very much there, but it's well known. Yeah, it's well known because we say, what is the word? In your shoes, something in your shoes. What is it?
Put myself in your shoes.
Ah,
Oneself in others' shoes.
walking in other shoes? Yeah, so similar to that concept. You putting yourself in that situation and understanding things from that situation. So like I said, it's there in Western, we have, what is the word, sayings? Yeah. And I think application is also there because it makes people think. When you say, okay, when someone complains and someone says, oh, you should walk in the other shoes, then we start contemplating and thinking, oh, that makes sense. If I was in that person's situation, then how would I handle the situation? I wouldn't handle it any different. I would have to put this kind of effort and that and this, and so comes the application of the, of the thinking. So the process is there. Exact same method, but not wide enough. That's the problem. Walking in other shoes is one person. Yeah. Now, the practice that Kyabje Lawudo Rinpoche I have personally seen is he puts himself in everyone else's shoes. Does it make sense? Not just everyone else, but every other being's shoes. Now that ability is totally different. It's on another level. That's another method of Maha. Another great method. Yeah? Make sense? Then I think development for us, I always say, when it comes to practice, a lot of the teachings are taught for practitioners who are on the Bodhisattva's path. So if you are a Bodhisattva and you are on the Bodhisattva's path, then you can follow exact instructions that are inside the text, and you can become enlightened. Yes. But if you are not a Bodhisattva, if you are a mere human being, yeah, if you have financial problems, if you have family problems, if you get cold, if you have to sleep, if you need food on exact time, you think you will be able to apply the bodhisattvas, the method that is known for bodhisattvas, people who are beings who are on the bodhisattva's path? It's a little bit hard. You're welcome to try. I'm not stopping you. You're welcome to try. But it's not easy. It won't be easy. So, if you are a human being, we need to come down to human being practice. Practice that is, applicable for a human being. And that's where you start. If you are a mere human being and you start on the bodhisattva's path, something is going to start knocking you up there. Yeah? Beating yourself up. Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. I don't have this ability. Oh, why can't I do this? That's the answer why you can't do it. You are a human being. It's like a dog trying to talk to a human being. Yeah. Bark, 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 bark. The human doesn't understand a word. So, when it comes to application, that's why I like to tell people to relax when it comes to practice. Calm down. Yeah. Of course, you have one human rebirth and it's important to use that rebirth to get as much as you can, and the time is so limited, and so much to learn and so much to practice, and enlightenment is like right there, you can reach it. Yes, but still, if you don't calm yourself down, if you don't come down to the earth, on solid earth, and you jump off the cliff, because bodhisattvas jumped off cliffs to fly, You're not going to fly. You go crashing down, okay? And that's reality, okay? That's reality. You read into the books, you see the Arya beings and the Bodhisattvas. So much power, immense power. Even forget about Aryas and Bodhisattvas, even people who have developed shamatha, realized, is it the word? Realized shamatha? Not realized. Achieved, achieved shamatha. Immense ability. Able to tell past, present and future and things like that. The mundane abilities, there are countless mundane abilities that you can achieve there. Just because they are doing it, you start doing the same thing, then you look where you reach. So as human beings, one thing is you need to take things slowly. Calm down, work on yourself first. If you have internal turmoil going like this, if the internal ocean is going like this, and you are trying to do everything outside, then everything you touch outside also becomes like this. It's true. Yeah, the calmer you face a situation, I'm sure you all have experienced. When you are calm and there is a situation, a very harsh situation, and you face it calmly, that's when things smooth down. When there is a crazy situation and you handle it with a crazy internal, delusion, you have internal, what is it? What is the word? Turmoil. There you go. You have internal turmoil, then the turmoil is expressed outside and everything outside becomes another turmoil. So that's why when it comes to basic practice, I always say, same thing as I said this morning, you need to hold on to the basic of Dharma. What brought you into it? What captured your mind? What captured your heart? What made you have this approach towards it? What made you change your life? This is, I think, something you need to hold on to, like you're holding on to your dear life. Strong grasp. Don't let go of it. People start here, then they reach here, they forget this. Then they reach here, they forget these two. Reach here, they forget these three. Then by the time they reach here, these are all forgotten. Then they're sitting there with all these other problems. It's true. But then if you keep holding on to here like this, you're taking everything together up with it. That's development. Same thing with compassion also. Developing compassion comes in that sense. So, think about it. Next thing you can meditate about is Maha, the great. Maha. Think about it. Sit down and meditate and think, are you Maha or not? If you are, ask yourself, how am I Maha? Yeah. When we say Hinayana to Theravadins, they don't like it. I also don't like it. And the reason is because we are separating. But in reality, you look at the people, no difference. Maha, Hina, whatever. When at the end of the day, if there's no compassion, then you are not Maha. There's nothing so Maha about it. Make sense? I don't know. That's what I think anyway. And then the application of compassion comes from the understanding, right? Like I said, you need to understand what compassion really is. Is compassion, I'm practicing compassion. I'm giving food to the cows. I'm feeding the dogs. It's not compassion. It's small sparks of love. Small sparks of the different maybe laksam. What was the laksam? Altruism. Maybe little specks of altruism there maybe. Nowhere near compassion. If you're a person who really develop compassion, then you need to feed not just the dogs but every sentient being. The wish to feed every sentient being, now that you can call maybe you can call compassion. Compassion, another essential part of compassion is knowing what samsara is, knowing what renunciation is, knowing what suffering is. Once you've figured out that, then the strong urge within yourself to liberate not just yourself but all sentient beings from that problem, wanting to find a solution to that problem, that exact problem, no other problem but only that exact problem. Those another parts of small definitions within the definition of bodhicitta. Then you need to know what Buddhahood is. You want to achieve Buddhahood? Yes. What is Buddhahood? Yeah? Think about it. What do you think Buddhahood is?
Freedom from the true obscurations.
Huh?
Freedom of the true obscurations.
But why? Why freedom from? What's the point?
Guide sentient beings unmistakably.
Yeah, but why? Why should I guide these sentient beings? Why should you guide sentient beings?
Because they are trapped in the prison of their own mind.
In some ways, you go searching in that method, deeper and deeper. You go searching. You find somewhere where it actually starts scratching your inner.
Itch.
Huh? Right there?
Scratching your inner itch.
Oh, itch. Yeah, good one. Inner itch. Ah. The method to really understanding what things really are is by searching. And this is one teaching of the Buddha. You need, when a word is spoken, you need to really start, what do we say? Tsekpa, digging. You need to start digging and seeing if there is truth in it, if there is reality in it. How, where, when, how come? These are questions you need to ask. So, like I said, another part of really understanding what Buddhahood is a part of bodhicitta. Unless you understand Buddhahood, you think, oh, everlasting happiness, it seems so great, and therefore I want to achieve it. Not that. Then you think, oh, I want to have the ability to liberate all sentient beings. Just that? Also not enough. Make sense? Oh, I have suffering, my leg broke, I want to get rid of this pain. That's also not enough. Oh, internally I have problems, therefore I want to liberate myself. Also not enough. It's a combination of your suffering, of the suffering of others, relating those two. Finding a method to get out of there. And the method to get out of there, understanding that the method to get out of there is actually helping others get out of there. And then proceeding to the development of the right mindset to be able to liberate others. Just saying I want to liberate others is not good enough. You need to work on yourself. If you have a crazy mind and you go liberating others, you might end up making everyone around you crazy. No, it's true. It's true. Yeah, like the example I said this morning. You have someone saying, oh, you pay me this much money, I can liberate your family. So you need the right kind of, like I said, this is the whole combination of different things combined together that gives the idea of Buddhahood. Something again to meditate on. Think about it, what Buddhahood really means to you. Huh? So that, again, another part of compassion or another part of Sengye that you need to understand is Buddhahood and why. Then the method, like I said, development of the method is different. When you reach the gate to the Bodhisattva path, then you can start applying the Bodhisattva's method. But before reaching the Bodhisattva's gate, you need to start working on human method. And one of the first human method is understanding yourself, your mind. Being able to calm yourself down. One of the things I always say is you need to be able to look at your mind like your own child. You have a child, you need to know how to bring the child up. Too much of something, not good. Too less of something, not good. You need the exact amount. Same thing with the mind. Too much praise, pride. Too much blame, what do we say, loss of self-dignity, huh?
Esteem.
Esteem, loss of self-esteem. You need to be balanced, know how to balance your mind. And not one method. One method doesn't work for everyone. Everyone's mindset is different. You come from different backgrounds, you come from different situations, you come from different emotions, you come from different traumas, you come from different experiences. Everything is different. So who better to understand and work the balance out than yourself? So that is the first approach. When you learn to love yourself, your mind, when you learn to look at your mind like your own child and learn to nurture it up, then you are very, very close to the gate of bodhisattvas. Yeah? Then when you reach there, and then you start applying the methods that are taught in the 84,000 teachings of the Buddha. Then you start walking into the gate. Make sense? Anyway, that's how I think about it. Now there are a lot of words when it comes to understanding bodhicitta. You look inside Lamrim, you look inside the Paramita, you look inside the Madhyamika. The application of bodhicitta when it comes to emptiness, the application of bodhicitta when it comes to the Four Noble Truths, when it comes to application of bodhicitta when it comes to the 8 immeasurables, when it comes to the application of the 6 paramitas. These are all connected like this. Bodhicitta is applicable in every situation, each and every situation, each and every practice. But these are big words, and I'm not good with big words. But simple, you make it as simple as possible to you, to yourself. Don't make it hard. Don't make things hard. Making things hard for yourself is not going to get you far. Make it as simple as possible. Yeah? Make life as simple as possible. That is the way to live a happy life. Make the path as simple as you can. It's not simple, yes, I'm not saying it is simple. It's not simple, but you need to make it simple. And same thing with the practice of bodhicitta. Make it simple. Start small. Start with a small spark that we talked about. That's something you can hold on to for the rest of your life. Bodhicitta, like I said, maybe some of you have achieved it, and great, amazingly great. You have achieved the method. You have achieved the method. Then the wisdom, the application of the wisdom. We talk about emptiness. I think all of you are, scholars, right? Scholars. I think all of you are scholars when it comes to emptiness after Heart Sutra retreat. Morning emptiness, daytime emptiness, nighttime emptiness, sleep with emptiness, eat with emptiness, survive with emptiness. But when it comes to application, let's see how well you have applied. How much you have applied. But then I think the crossing of these two make the path easier. Like I said, learning to make things easier is a skill. And this is a skill not just for dharma, but in your life as well. Learn to make things, don't learn to make things complicated. The more you make things complicated in your life, your practice, your that, your this, everything is going to go like this. The simpler you make, the easier you make, is better. That's why I personally concentrate on one thing. Yeah, I concentrate on what I know. When it comes to rituals, that lineage, that, or the, maybe later on when I'm ready, when my mind is ready, when it's more stable, very unstable mind. When it's more stable, when I'm more relaxed, then maybe I can capture those things. But for now, I like to keep things simple, stick to what I know. And I would suggest something like that, unless your mind is very powerful and it can handle all kinds of different, then go ahead, no problem. Make sense? I think all of you are tired of saying yes. Now when I say it makes sense, all of you, haha, hee hee. So yeah, when it comes to bodhicitta, I think that's important part of bodhicitta, important parts of bodhicitta. Simple, I like to keep it simple, like I said. If you go deep into bodhicitta, we can go into aspirational bodhicitta, this bodhicitta, that bodhicitta, tons of different kinds of bodhicitta. And then when it comes to development of that, also there's a whole different level of Mahayana practices that can be applied in order to develop the bodhicitta that already exists within yourself, right? Expanding it, empowering it with the concept of impermanence, empowering it with the concept of emptiness, empowering with the practice of the six paramitas. These are all empowerments that it makes the bodhicitta stronger, it makes it grow, it makes it more attainable. These are important practices, but you need to know what bodhicitta is before really crossing to that part. So I suggest a little bit of digging within yourself and seeing what you understand when someone says bodhicitta. Yes? Yes. Today, good thing is, today is, Galdenla? Aning something. Yes. So good news today, Anilang Awesome is sharing her experience with Charok Lama Tupten Zobarimbuche. And don't you dare ever put that in front of her. No. Then some stories when I was small, maybe funny stories. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy that. It's break time, 4:30? Was it 4:30?
Yeah, 4:45. So she might come 5:30. She might come 6. We don't know yet.
Here?
No, we're gonna do it in the dining hall because it's easier for her knees.
When will we know? When will we know? Okay, any questions? This morning? Okay.
What are the books behind?
Sorry, Kangyur and Tengyur.
God, you think this is the teachings of the Buddha. Huh? All 84,000 teachings of the Buddha. My Gela studies all of this. Last time, when I was at my Gela's place, and we were debating, and I said, I reached Vinaya. And I said, Gela, there's so much to study. Then I said, maybe the Mahayana path is not for me. Because it's too much things, too complicated. Like I said, I like things simpler. And Gela looked at me and laughed and he said, you think you are studying? And I said, how come? And then he said, I'm Still studying. So there you go. The more you learn, the more you know how less you know. Ah.
You said that, thank you for teachings, and you said that you not really like prayers. So my question is about prayers, actually.
Yes, yes.
What is the purpose of them in the practices? And
So, well, not like is a harsh word. I'm not very fond of it because I have to sit down. I have had 27, 6, 7 years of experience sitting down, cross-legged, reciting prayers. And a lot of people don't understand what is written inside them, which was my experience for the last 20-something years. I hardly knew what it meant. I memorized them and I recited them. But I hardly knew what they were, what they meant. Prayers, now translated into English. There are a lot of prayers translated into English. You look at them. The words are very, very profound. Prayers, I think, are not meant to just recite. They're meant to contemplate. Each word is a source of contemplation. Does it make sense? So what that does, it habituates the mind. If you remind yourself about compassion each day, every day, the urge to attain compassion, achieve compassion, right? Achieve? Correct. Attain? Realize, no, not realize, attain. Yeah, to develop compassion, become stronger. It's like anger. You hit me today, tomorrow, I want to hit you back. The more I contemplate the anger, the stronger the anger gets. After 10 days, I want to kill you. Right? After 1 month, I want to kill you and your family. Right? After 2-3 years, I want to kill you, your family, and your whole race. Similar with compassion. The more you contemplate, the more you habituate yourself, the more you can develop, or the more as inspired you want. The more inspired you can get to develop. Is that right word? So prayers are something like that. It's a reminder. The more you contemplate, and it's a reminder to those who contemplate. But those who just recite, just recitation. And I'm very bad at contemplating. So when I recite, it's mere recitation. Make sense? For someone like Captain Lama Rinpoche, who can contemplate for hours and hours and hours, imagine how much of benefit there is. So it's personal. The only reason I say I'm not very that, because I'm not very, I don't contemplate that. It's me, I'm like a parrot, just reset. So then sometimes I think, what's the benefit when it comes to me, other than me having some imprint? But the benefit is there. That one I can personally tell you. I memorized Jambel Senju, which is what do you call it? Secret name of Manjushri? Yes, secret names of Manjushri. One of the first texts first peja is text? Text, yeah? So for one of the first texts that I memorized, recommended by Gandhi Rinpoche. And it made a huge difference. When I first used to memorize 5 lines, 7 lines, 10 lines at most. But then after memorizing, and I had to recite it every day, every morning for the last 20-something years. And I feel that it's because of that. Then my memorization started extending. From 10 lines it went to line like stanzas, yeah. From 10 stanza you went to 20 stanza, 30 stanza, 40 stanza, 50 stanza, like that, So before 2 hours, in 2 hours I can barely memorize 7 stanzas, and by the time I reached Madhyamika Uma, I was memorizing 40 stanzas, something like that, around that, 40, 50 stanzas. So I think that's the impact of it. I believe that's the impact of it. When I memorized and when I recited Jambal Sacha, I had no idea what I was reciting at all. I was just repeating. That's all I did. But just because I said that doesn't mean shouldn't pray, shouldn't recite. No, you have to. I don't want to be a bad influence on you. So even when it comes to karmic imprint, it's a huge karmic imprint. Yeah? When it comes to how I think Lama Zopa Rinpoche's method to inspire people, so many people, is how he uses texts and mantras to inspire people to recite them more and more and more and more. Yeah, you recite once, 3 eons of negative karma gone. So inspiring. Whether you believe in it or not, that's totally different part of it, right? But if you can believe in that, wow, so inspiring. Make sense? I'm getting cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah? You stop?
Yeah.
Is it fine? Jangjo semjo rinpo se ma ke panam ke yu ke wa nyamba me ba yang konde kondo pe wa sho dim ke zo den ke me je zo den nam pa ta ta no sa me pe zo den ke zo den ba ro chen do sho. Yeah, dedication, your turn. Good dedication.
So let's also dedicate the merits accumulated in our time here today, as well as all 3-time merit accumulated by numberless sentient beings and numberless Buddhas, for the long lives of the spiritual friends, particularly His Holiness the Dalai Lama. May he and all of our holy gurus teaching the unmistaken path to enlightenment have long and stable lives, and may all their holy wishes be fulfilled immediately. We also dedicate all 3-time merit accumulated by ourselves, as well as all 3-time merit accumulated by numberless sentient beings and numberless Buddhas, for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. May Rinpoche again take a human rebirth in this world and continue to guide us and benefit all sentient beings until the end of samsara. We also dedicate for all of the centers, projects of the FPMT to have success, have all the obstacles removed, and receive all the required conditions so they can be successful in promoting, preserving, and spreading the teachings of Buddha and benefiting sentient beings. We also dedicate for all those beings who are sick, particularly Annie Sarah. May Annie Sarah and all those who are sick instantly be freed from all their various ailments, and whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. We also dedicate all 3-time merit accumulated by ourselves, as well as all 3-time merit accumulated by numberless sentient beings and numberless Buddhas, that all the sentient beings that have recently passed away, may they be instantly reborn in a pure land where they can achieve enlightenment, or at the very least attain a perfect human rebirth, meet with a Mahayana Guru, Mahayana Dharma, and attain enlightenment in their very next lifetime. We also dedicate all 3-time merit accumulated by ourselves, as well as the 3-time merit accumulated by numberless sentient beings and numberless Buddhas, that all the war, all the natural disasters, all the environmental degradation, all the proximate causes of suffering in this and all the other world systems of the 10 directions be instantly pacified and never occur again from now until the end of samsara.